Welcome everybody to the F4 Hunger Awareness Show.
It's my goal to feed 1 billion people before I die.
We want to bring awareness around the issue of hunger and food insecurity.
7 to 8 million people served so far. With the sole goal of eradicating world hunger by connecting sources of food to recipients in need. Fiorenza's Food for Friends.
Eric Fiorenza here for the F4 Hunger Awareness Show, and here today to bring awareness to a very important issue, hunger and food insecurity. And we're going to be talking about hunger and food insecurity around the globe and how it's affecting many people. But first, just want to take a minute, recognize Easter, which just passed. We give thanks for the gift of eternal life, and we also thank God for the opportunity to be able to work together to help others that are in need. Let us never forget the suffering of others. Let us never forget that every day we have is a gift, and it's an opportunity for us to grow, a chance for us to give back, a chance for us to serve. Our organization F4 is growing rapidly, and we are focused on ways to make society stronger together. There are ways you can volunteer and get involved. We have an opportunity with respect to driving, transporting food that we are recovering to bring to local agencies, shelters in need. If you're interested in driving, we also have a cooking program. If you're interested in making casseroles and cooking, we have an opportunity for you to cook, to prepare meals that will be served at shelters. We have service opportunities at shelters, and we have collaborations with local food banks throughout the country here in America. If you're interested in getting involved and helping out, we will be more than happy to facilitate that introduction and connect you to shelters and food pantries that we work with, and those that we don't, really to find ways to help make our country and our communities stronger. So we are all stronger together, united as a team, and we need to work together to love each other and serve each other with great compassion and kindness. At the end of the day, kindness is it's a free gift we can give to one another. So let's do that, and we will together work as a team to create awareness for hunger, to create awareness for food insecurity, and to provide solutions that will help people that are in need. So we're going to cover a couple areas around the world right now that are struggling. This is a report recently that came out from Action Against Hunger, and the report Action Against Hunger, it highlights some of the hotspots of hunger around the world. So I'll read a few of the statistics. Countries with the highest concern right now currently, we're looking at Sudan, occupied Palestinian territories, South Sudan, Haiti, Mali, Yemen, and Afghanistan. Countries with very high concern, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Myanmar, I said that wrong, I'm sure, Nigeria, Somalia, and Syria. Other hunger hotspots, Burkina Faso, Chad, Kenya, and Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh. In the hungriest countries where the UN has identified the highest concern, either people are at risk of famine or famine has been declared and hunger is at catastrophic conditions. Hunger is getting worse, and it's approaching these catastrophic conditions. When hunger is catastrophic, at least 1 in 5 households have extreme lack of food and basic necessities, and starvation and death are also at extreme high levels. So we want to keep those people in our thoughts and prayers right now. Some specific statistics we're going to cover on Sudan. Approximately 24.6 million people in Sudan were projected to face crisis phase food insecurity. So that's unbelievable. 637,000 people were facing catastrophic hunger. 8 million people were facing emergency hunger. Here we go. Hunger in Sudan. Escalating conflict. 9.8 million people have been internally displaced, losing both their livelihoods and their income. Armed violence is driving high inflation, which is causing food prices to skyrocket. Above average rainfall last year left many crops unsavable, and further crop loss is expected here in 2026. And then there's been damage to the infrastructure. This is all in Sudan. Conflict and flooding has destroyed farms, markets, transport routes, and supply chains. Now we're going to shift our attention to occupied Palestinian territories. Famine in Gaza was confirmed in August of 2025. There were 641,000 people facing catastrophic hunger. 1.14 million people were facing emergency hunger. Making matters worse, child malnutrition is also at dangerous levels. Over 132,000 children are facing acute malnutrition. And what we're seeing here too, this is a quote that was shared from an Action Against Hunger nutrition staff member who worked in Gaza. Breastfeeding and pregnant women face double the risk. Their bodies are exhausted from pregnancy and childbirth, and in return, they face harsh hunger, prolonged deprivation, and a severe lack of all essential health and nutrition necessities. So very, very scary, very, very sad. Afghanistan, we'll shift our attention to Afghanistan. There's an estimated 9.5 million people in Afghanistan projected to face crisis or worse food insecurity. This was in 2025. That included 1.6 million people that were at risk of emergency hunger. Malnutrition in women and children saw increases in 2025 as well, with 4.7 million people needing treatment or support. There was a 29% increase in pregnant and breastfeeding women being admitted for malnutrition in 2025. So these were pretty scary, staggering statistics that we saw here in Afghanistan. Some of the causes of hunger in Afghanistan, there's humanitarian funding shortfalls. So nearly 23 million people needed aid in 2025, but there have been cuts that have forced organizations like Action Against Hunger to stop life-saving programs. Extreme weather, we've seen widespread drought and localized flooding that have destroyed crops and livelihoods. There have been some climate shocks. There was a 6.5 magnitude earthquake that hit eastern Afghanistan in August of 2025, with 1.3 million livestock and food stocks impacted. And lastly, economic stress. The economy in Afghanistan has been turbulent and they have seen high unemployment. So another area in the world that's suffering greatly. Yemen. 18.1 million people are projected to face high levels of food insecurity between the time of September 2025 and February 2026. So that time period has just passed recently. We're now in April of 2026. During that time period, 41,000 people faced catastrophic hunger. 5.5 million people faced emergency hunger. The causes of hunger in Yemen, there's an economic crisis. The economy has slowly been deteriorating. It's putting livelihoods at risk, and it's making food unaffordable for many. There are conflicts that have been ongoing. 2025 marked the 10-year conflict in Yemen, displacing 5 million people and destroying markets and food supply chains. We have also seen some extreme weather issues and conditions. Floods and droughts have heavily impacted agriculture, leading to crop loss and infrastructure damage. Lastly, underfunding. Nearly 20 million people in Yemen needed humanitarian aid, but only 13% of the required funding was secured. So these are some areas of the world that are really struggling, that are going through a lot right now. Keep those areas in our thoughts and prayers. We're doing what we can to raise awareness for food insecurity and hunger. And as I always say, ways that you can get involved. Think local. Local is always a great way to get started. Focus on what you can do in your backyard, whether it's volunteering with F4 or volunteering with a local food bank or a food pantry or shelter. There are many needs, and as I always say, many hands working together make light work. So let's work as a team. Let's spread love, hope, kindness, compassion. Let's do something together. Let's make this problem go away, or at least let's confront this problem with passion and with humility and also with great confidence and thoughtfulness. And let's work together as a team to create a world without hunger and food insecurity. Let's put an end to the suffering. Let's put an end to the neglect. Let's put an end to looking the other way. And let's come together as one team, one nation, one community, one world, and love each other better, serve each other better, and work to create a world without hunger and food insecurity. I'm Derek Fiorenza, reporting for the F4 Hunger Awareness Show. We'll have some good new content coming soon. We're interviewing some of our board members, about their experience working with local pantries in the area and always trying to bring great new statistics and data around hunger and food insecurity to you. Please help us out. Feel free to volunteer, to donate, subscribe to our channel, follow us so we can get the word out and spread the message around hunger and food insecurity. It's really important that we work as a team, meaning with you, you're our listeners, to create awareness around food insecurity and hunger. Thank you for listening. Thanks for believing in F4. And together we will create a world without hunger and food insecurity. We'll do it thoughtfully and we'll do it with love and kindness and compassion. God bless, and please subscribe to follow our next episode.